GFCIs, known as ground fault circuit interrupters, commonly referred to as just GFIs, are the main safety component in any electrical home. These are point-of-use outlets or breakers that are installed around any area where you're susceptible to shock, mainly water areas such as kitchens, bathrooms, garages with concrete floors, unfinished basements, and all exterior receptacles are required to be GFI protected, even in new homes today. So what those are intended to do is that if there is a leak in the current, which means that if it's going through someone and going to ground, which could be you, it shuts off in 0.5 milliseconds. So those are the most important device that you could have in any home. Now, all new homes obviously have those already installed. So in older homes, that is one of the first things that we look for in those areas where you're susceptible to shock. So that is one of the main safety devices that we recommend to be installed to make sure that they are protected when using certain outlets around, water areas where they can be more susceptible to shock. It's not necessary to have GFIs in bedrooms. Those are actually protected by a different type of breaker, which is an arc fault breaker. These are more designed to prevent the circuit from sparking. Most fires tend to happen in a bedroom, so new code requires arc fault circuits to be installed in those areas. What that does is if it senses a spark or some type of arc in a plug or an outlet, it will shut the device off. It will shut that circuit off. So a little bit different than a GFI, but it depends on the location in the home, which is where those devices are used. Those are typically limited to the water areas, right? Those are the main areas where you're susceptible to shock, is water, and areas where you're going to be standing on concrete. So when it comes to kitchen appliances, a good example is if you have a small appliance that has an internal wiring issue that's bad, and you go to touch this metal toaster, you potentially could get shocked. What that GFI device does is it will turn off the circuit the minute you touch that toaster, the minute it senses it leaving the circuit and going to ground, which is you, it will shut that device off. GFI devices are not installed in every single location. What they're designed to do is to protect a whole circuit. So you can have one GFI device in one location and then have standard outlets downstream of it, but that one GFI device can protect all of those devices. What that does is it's savings where you don't have to spend the cost of a GFI device on every single outlet in the kitchen. You could put one at one end and it can protect the rest of the outlets on the countertop. We get a lot of calls with someone who doesn't have kitchen outlets working. So we obviously will try to save them a trip. And first thing we'll do is ask them to look around to find the GFI device and try to reset it. And sometimes we're able to help them avoid a trip.